253. Next, we'll move on to first hearing sponsor on Senate Bill 244, Senator Timken and Rogner, to designate Abbey Remembrance Day. Welcome, ladies. Very happy to have you here today, as always, and you may proceed.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair Johnson, and Vice Chair Wilson, Ranking Member Weinstein, and members of the Senate Armed Services, Veterans Affairs, and Public Safety Committee. We thank you for the opportunity to provide sponsor testimony this afternoon on Senate Bill 244, which, upon enactment, would designate August 26 as Abbey Remembrance Day.
Thank you, Chair Johnson. In 2021, the United States was evacuating Afghanistan. Hamid Karzai International Airport was the only way out. A crowd of civilians, both Afghan and American citizens, hastily attempted to escape the imminent capture of Kabul by the Taliban by fleeing to the airport. U.S. forces checked visas, passports, and other identification by a canal named Abbey Gate on the perimeter of the airport before letting civilians in. On August 26, the terrorist group ISIS-K launched an attack on the airport with a bomb detonated from an explosive belt worn by a suicide bomber. Gunfire ensued, followed by counterfire from U.S. troops. 169 Afghan civilians died, more than 150 were injured, and 13 U.S. troops tragically lost their lives. The Abbey Gate terrorist attack became the largest single loss of U.S. life personnel since 2011 of the Afghanistan bombing Chinook shootdown. The names of the 13 American heroes should not be forgotten. Staff Sergeant Darren T. Hoover, USMC. Sergeant Johanny Rosario Pichardo, USMC. Sergeant Nicole L. Gee, USMC. Corporal Hunter Lopez, USMC. Corporal Dugan W. Page, Dagan W. Page. Corporal Humberto A. Sanchez, USMC. Lance Corporal David L. Espinoza, USMC. Lance Corporal Jared M. Schmitz, USMC. Lance Corporal Riley J. McCullum, USMC. Lance Corporal Dylan R. Marola, USMC. Lance Corporal Kareem M. Nukui, USMC. Petty Officer 3rd Class Maxton W. Soviak, USN, an Ohioan. Staff Sergeant Ryan C. Naus, U.S. Army. By forming a day of remembrance, their courage, bravery, and the ultimate sacrifice for this great nation will be recognized, honored, and never forgotten.
Four years ago, Joe Burdick, a United States Navy veteran, made a promise to the family of Maxton Soviak, an Ohio native from Berlin Heights, that he would do everything he could to keep their son's memory alive. That promise would extend to all of the families of the 13 heroes that died protecting and defending Abbey Gate. While attending a dinner, Joe sparked a conversation with me about recognizing the sacrifices of these 13 service members. Joe explained how he helped to raise money for their charities, and he's had a couple of the mothers on his podcast to share their son's stories. As a veteran himself, he did not want their names to be lost. Rather, he wanted to honor them by keeping his promise of recognizing their courage. We cannot promise to never forget if we do not learn their names and stories. By remembering the tragedy of August 26, 2021, we ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain, but recognized as a moment where American strength and virtue was displayed. We thank you for the opportunity to testify today, and we would be happy to answer any questions the committee might have.
Senators, thank you for bringing this forward. Very thoughtful, and I really appreciate the fact that you took the time to read those names. Do we have any questions or comments? Sir?
Thank you, Senators. This is important. Thank you for doing it.
Thank you.
Anything else from the committee? Thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate having you in the committee today.
Thank you very much.